Good morning. I was just sitting around here getting ready to have a drink of my delicious beta male Starbucks vanilla frappuccino with my pinky out. That's so good. That's so good. When I was reading through my comments section like I do every morning, because I love my comments section. It's one of my favorite places. It's awesome. But I was reading through it, and guys, I have been called the unthinkable. I have been called the most vicious thing that I have ever been called in the history of the internet. And that thing I was called was beta boy. Oh yeah, I'm a little beta boy. I love it, man. I love it. Anybody else getting real annoyed with all these alpha male dorks running around the fucking internet acting like I don't even know what they're acting like. It's just bizarre. It's just very strange that people are running around the internet talking about how manly they are all the time. And me, maybe I'm old school, maybe it's my country redneck upbringing, I'm not really sure, but the way it works where I come from is if you gotta say it, maybe you ain't it, if that makes any sense, right? If you got to run around telling people over and over what you are, then there's a huge possibility that maybe you're not actually that thing, right? Because the product speaks for itself, right? The product speaks for itself. So you're running around telling everybody what a manly man you are on the internet. Why? What is going on with you? What is happening right now? And honestly, it's kind of an epidemic we got going on out there. You know, obviously, here in this little trucking genre community, you got a bunch of weirdos that are talking about how masculine they are on YouTube with each other. I don't get it. It's not something that I would participate in. Like, I don't give a damn to sit around with other men and try to outman the next man next to me, because that's really weird. But like, they do some absolutely bizarre things, like pop testosterone pills so they can keep their dick up, I guess, and then run around telling everybody else that what real men they are. And then when their friend gets called out and gets called a bitch, then the one guy goes, I don't know why you're calling that guy a bitch. He told me that he's still shooting ropes over there. That's right. You heard me, right? You heard what I just said, right? Two manly men sit around and discuss how they ejaculate with each other, because they're manly. God damn it, they're very manly, and it's just it's just very bizarre sort of behavior. And hold on, it's getting a little hot in here. Ooh, I was talking about all those manly men, and I just started sweating. I just can't help myself. So anyways, we'll get this AC fired up, and hopefully my little chubby ass will stop sweating all over this video. How about that? And then I remember seeing another one. Some guy he also runs a gossip channel here on YouTube, and he had put up this video with everybody that he thinks is a beta male in YouTube trucking. And of course I came up on it, and I can't help that. I mean, I'm fucking beautiful. Like, I mean, of course I'm gonna come up on one of these videos, you know? And I was like watching the video because I was amused by it. I'm like, hell yeah, he really got me with that one. I'm such a beta male. I hope that one day I can really dig deep and really work on myself, right? Really work on myself. And one day be an alpha male like him that, hold on, let me check my notes on this. Gossips about other men. That's the kind of alpha male that I strive to be, obviously. Where I sit around like I'm like an old lady in a hair salon, discussing they discuss what other women are doing. But we as alpha male truckers, we discuss men, goddammit. We gossip about them, and that's what manly men do. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to put in that kind of work to be so masculine that I spend all my time discussing other men, but I'll try. I'll try. But it's just so damn bizarre. I don't know what this whole thing is about, where men are absolutely in panic mode about how masculine they look at all times. I gotta be honest, I don't really fucking think about it, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I make fun of my beard, you know? Look at this stupid shit. I don't give a damn. Like, it's just not something I concern myself with. How manly do I look? Shit, I'm over the hill anyways, man. I'm in my 40s. I'm past my fucking prime. I don't give a shit what's going on out there anymore. You know, I just don't care. But I keep repeating that, and I wish I would stop. But just today, I was called a bitch boy by a keyboard warrior, and that's the worst kind of person to call you a bitch boy, because you know when a keyboard warrior calls you names, those guys are fucking serious, and you do not want to fuck around with them. There is nothing more terrifying in the world than a keyboard warrior. These guys are elite mercenaries of typing threats on the internet, and that's fucking scary all by itself. That's an absolutely terrifying thing to have to go through. But it made me start thinking about all this behavior, all these guys that act like this, and there's a lot to unpack, and I don't really know that I'm the expert to be speaking on something like this, but I've been watching quite a few videos. They just kind of came up in my suggestions on YouTube one day, and I found myself sort of interested in the topic and sitting here thinking about it. And that thing that keeps coming up is I guess there's a huge thing going on about like male loneliness. Like there's a lot of men out there apparently that are not able to find partners, and they're spending all their time alone, and it's like a really terrible thing. And honestly, that is pretty unfortunate. I'm a trucker. Ask me how I know that being lonely is a real fucking thing. Obviously, I spend, God, so much of my time alone. An absolutely absurd amount of my time is spent all by myself. So I can sympathize. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm starting to think it's some of these motherfuckers' own goddamn fault, if I'm being completely fucking honest with you. I mean, can you just imagine having to deal with these, like, fragile men that throw temper tantrums all the fucking time because of how masculine they look? Like, how would a woman even enjoy hanging out with this dude if every thought that crosses his mind is, how masculine do I look right now? Like the time I got called gay in a truck stop parking lot because another trucker heard me listening to music with a woman singer, and I don't remember what I was listening to, but I just don't get it. Since when is it gay to like the sound of a woman's voice? News to me, motherfuckers. I had no clue that was a thing, right? But like, where do you draw the line? Like, you've got like your girlfriend, you know, and she wants you to, I don't know, go shopping with her. Like, I don't really go grocery shopping with the wife, but like, in the event that I'm home and she wants to drag me around town to do stuff, I mean, I'll go with her for a little while. I like to relax though. Like, I like to go home and just chill out after goddamn 3 months in the truck. You know, that's a thing that I like to do. But I'll go out with her. But like, if you're walking like with your girl and she's out doing some shopping, is like holding her hand gay? Is that gay? Is holding your girlfriend's hand gay? I'm not really sure. Is putting your arm around her while you're walking together, is that gay? I mean, you're touching a woman, and that sounds, according to everything I've listened to, kind of gay. Kind of gay to be having your hands on a woman, right? And the reason I say that, there's actually a reason that I bring that up. I don't know how much you guys get involved in like the different internet culture. I'm sure you guys do. A lot of you guys that are truckers also probably do what I do. Just, yeah, that sounds interesting, I'll listen to it. And then you're like in a rabbit hole, you know, watching all these videos and listening to all these videos on certain topics, right? And there's this huge fucking dork that goes by the name of Sneeko, right? I don't really know him too well, but he seems to come up in a lot of discussions because he's a very fragile man that's always so fucking worried about how masculine he looks. He's one of these like Andrew Tate follower guys, just constantly fucking worried about how masculine do I look right now, right? But one of the funniest fucking things, I was watching somebody react to one of his videos, and Sneeko was saying, like, and he thought he was right. I'm getting to what he said in a minute, but he thought he was right. He thought he was making a valid point. He's like, how can you even look masculine while eating pussy, right? I mean, you're down there with your tongue out and you're licking, and you how can you look masculine while you're doing that? You know what? I think we actually can come to an agreement on this one. Okay, hear me out, because some people went, what do you mean we can agree on this? Hear me out. All you internet alpha males, you can continue to do what it is you like doing, where you sit around with your bros and you're like, bro, I'm so fucking masculine. And the other dude's like, fuck yeah, bro, I'm masculine too. And you're like, hell yeah. You guys can sit around doing that. And us little beta boys over here, we'll just keep the women satisfied, okay? We don't want you to look gay satisfying a woman. That would be fucking tragic. That would be the worst thing ever. So, you know, we'll do the work you don't want to do. I mean, fine. You know, you twisted my arm, fellas. You twisted my arm. I'll handle it. Me and the internet beta boys will take care of it, okay? And you guys can all play grab ass with each other like you want to do, and that's cool. Like, I think it's a really, really good compromise. I would hate for you to look feminine in any situation whatsoever. So, we'll eat the pussy. You guys hang out with your bros, and that whole fucking problem is solved. It's fixed. There's nothing to worry about at all. So I think it's a great compromise. We'll go shopping with the ladies, carry their purse if they want us to, or maybe we'll just offer. We'll just offer, like, hey, you need me to carry that for you? And we'll carry their purse around, and we'll just be little beta boys. And it works. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. But what I was trying to say earlier is, I don't know if I finished the thought, but like, I mean, there's women obviously of every size, but there's a lot of women out there that are like 5 feet tall and like 100 pounds, right? Could you imagine what it must be like to like be in a relationship with a man that's so goddamn worried about how masculine he looks all the time that he flies off the fucking handle every time he thinks that he don't? And that dude's like, I don't know, let's say he's 5'11" and 200 pounds, right? And you've got to like, oh god, he's throwing a tantrum again, fuck, what do I do? Holy shit, right? And I'm not making a joke about, I want to be super clear about that. I'm not making a joke about domestic violence. That's a horrible thing. But what I'm saying is, I would bet that women think about that, right? And they're like, well, I mean, I gotta watch how this guy acts. I don't know if I want to enter in a relationship with a guy that acts like a complete fucking psychopath. I think I'll just pass on that, right? And so a lot of times when we're talking about men that cannot seem to find a relationship, maybe if you're acting like that, it's your own goddamn fault. What the fuck do you want everyone else to do about it? Fucking stop with all this bullshit for a while. My God, I don't know what has got us so fucked up. Not me, I'm not in that camp with these fucking weirdos, but got these guys so fucked up that they're constantly fucking worried about it, right? I don't get it. I just get up every day and go to work. That's all I do. I'm not worried about it. Like fucking, oh God. And I'm kind of short, like I'm 5'6", right? So like, I'm 5'6". That's the funniest shit I've said in this video, because it's true. I'm tall enough to reach the pedals in the truck. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit, right? But obviously, you know, I don't look like your big, tough guy. And I really don't fucking care, you know? I remember one time, God damn it, I wish I wouldn't laugh sometimes before I tell this story, because then you guys are like, what's so damn funny? Hold on, I'm getting to it. I remember one time I was at a truck stop restaurant and bar, right? Now, this was after, you know, on the old channel. I know I'm not supposed to mention the old channel, but I had the old channel right after that original trainee video had blew up. And there was not a truck stop in America that I could stop stop at without somebody recognizing me, without somebody approaching me and, talking to me about my videos. It was kind of maddening, if I'm being honest with you. I think it's kind of cool to like run into people that watch my videos and they come say hi to me. Don't get me wrong, I think that's really cool, but it was constant. I would stop 2 or 3 times a day at different truck stops, and somebody would walk up and like talk to me, and I was very paranoid at the time, right? Because I'm like, oh, does that guy hate me? My fat ass is still sweating, huh? Oh, I forgot to turn. Well, no, it's on. I don't know. Apparently I don't know how to work the goddamn knobs in here. I don't know. Anyways, this was at Grand Island, Nebraska, right? And they got a restaurant and bar in there. Obviously, a lot of you truckers have been up there. And I used to always sit at the bar before I found that little bit of internet fame. I would always sit up at the bar and listen to everybody's bullshit, stupid trucking stories and have my beers and have my food. But after a while, I got to where if I would go there or if I would go anywhere, I would go sit off in the distance and like in the back corner somewhere. And I was sitting there one day, had my beer, my food had just arrived, right? So I've got me a big old manly beer, and I've got me a big old manly steak, probably a ribeye, I'm not really sure, medium rare, or maybe I was on my rare kick then, I'm not really sure. Is eating bloody meat gay? I'm not really sure. But I used to do rare, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? That hurts my tummy a little bit. Let's go medium rare, but not well done. Like, if you get a well done steak, I don't want to know you, okay? And that's not a masculinity thing. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? You just paid $30 for that steak to turn it into charcoal or shoe leather, and I'm not sure that I can trust you with other things. If you're going to make such reckless decisions, I'm not sure that I can trust you, right? So, I'm sitting there minding my business, enjoying my manly beer and my manly steak, right? When somebody at the bar looks over and recognizes me, and he makes a huge deal out of it. It was embarrassing. He goes, "Oh my God, everybody, we have got a celebrity in the house." And I'm like, oh God, fuck, here we go. And he's like, "That guy over there, this guy Trucks is sitting in the same place with us." Guys, I'm just a loudmouth on the internet. That didn't need to happen. By all means, come say hi if you would like to do that. But all of this production didn't need to happen at all, right? And he walks over with his friend, and him and his friend, like, I stand up, shake their hands, "Hey guys, how you doing?" All that stuff. And some old fucking leathery faced trucker, face looking like a well done steak, is over there just fucking staring at me, right? Just angry staring at me. But that doesn't really mean anything, because those fucks are just angry anyways. But he's just got this angry scowl on his face, just staring at me, right? And then I, say hi to the guys and say, "Hey, thanks for coming by. But I'm gonna go back to my food, if you don't mind." And the one guy like tried to pay for it. He's like, "Dude, it's on me. Bartender, it's on me." I said, No, it's fine. I'll pay for this." He says, "Can I buy your next beer?" I said, "Yes, absolutely. I would love to have another beer." And you kind of fucking owe me one after that whole thing, right? After calling all this attention to me while I'm just trying to sit here and enjoy my food, you kind of owe me a fucking beer at that point. So I said, "Yes, absolutely. You can buy me a beer." He yells at the bartender, "Whatever his next beer is, put it on my tab." Fuck yeah, golden, love it. And he goes back and he sits down, right? Well, I noticed that old leathery fuck is still just scowling at me, right? And he turns around to the guy that was over talking to me. Apparently he didn't hear the first time, and he goes, "Who is that guy?" And he goes, "That's this guy Trucks from YouTube." And he goes, "Oh, I know that little soy boy. Yeah, I've seen that little bitch soy boy talking on YouTube." And to me, it was the funniest fucking thing I think I've ever heard. I was sitting there drinking a beer, eating a medium rare ribeye, being called a soy boy by somebody that clearly doesn't even understand the words they say. How fucking amazing was that, right? But I was laughing about it, which he was not amused by the way, because I started laughing my ass off. I'm like, "Yes, soy boy, you got me, right?" But I was laughing about it because this is one of our measures of masculinity. Let me do that again. This is one of our measures of masculinity, apparently. How much meat we put in our mouth. Yeah, you just heard that right, because there are a lot of guys out there that get super, super offended by other people's diet, by like other people's choice of food. You guys ever scrolled through Facebook? It's a fucking nightmare, right? It's an absolute nightmare. But you cannot scroll through Facebook without somebody throwing an absolute fucking fit over vegans. Oh, they're so just angry at vegans. And it's like a guy will take a picture of a piece of meat and he's like, fuck them vegans. What do you think you're doing right now? Did you know that like that guy over there can be a vegan and you can still enjoy your steak? Like, it's crazy. The amount of these guys, you know, it's always, oh, here we go. I'm going to really push some buttons with this one. You know what? I'm going to do it. It's always these guys. They're coming for our guns. They're coming for our dadgum guns. God damn it. And then while they're holding all their guns, and they've been holding their same guns for the last 30 years. Well, they haven't taken your guns yet. I know, but any day now, they're coming for these dadgum guns. And these guys live in fear, absolutely terrified that everything's being taken from them. The vegans are coming for our steaks, guys. We better own them on the Facebooks. We better own them on the Facebooks and fucking checkmate vegans. I eat meat. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who gives a shit? Like, a guy can be vegan, and check this out. It doesn't affect you even a little bit. Not at all. Not at all. Hold on. Let's vape. Yeah. Let's do some little beta male vaping right now. Real man used to smoke cigarettes. Yeah, I know. I used to smoke cigarettes too. I got tired of burning everything. Really, because I do like the smell of a burning cigarette. Not like stale smoke. I don't like the smell of stale smoke. But like the smell of a burning cigarette. I just walk by somebody smoking. I'm still like, oh, God, yes. Oh, my God, I love it. But I just got tired of burning everything around me and having ashes everywhere. That's why. If anybody was wondering why I vape, that's why. I guess I don't really know where I'm going with this or exactly how I'm going to wrap this up, but I guess I'm just kind of amused by the whole fucking thing. We've got all these people running around just worried about how masculine they look at all times, and I think it's possibly driving away the opposite sex in some occasions. From what I know about women. Now, I'm not saying I'm the expert. I've been around a woman or two in my day. They don't really seem to be impressed with guys talking about what they are. What really drives the women crazy is being about it, baby. Being about it. Like, you don't have to talk about it. You don't have to say a fucking word. Whatever it is you do, just fucking do it, right? Whatever that is. I guess for me, I've always prided myself on doing what it takes for a job. Right? That's why I'm a fucking trucker, right? Because I know that I have what it takes to get out there and hit the road for months at a time, and I'm going to, like, keep providing. Providing is sort of the thing I've always taken pride in, and the thing that I value, right? I have never, ever said a word to my wife about what a provider I am. I have never, ever brought it up once in conversation. You know who has? She has, because she's seen it, right? But that's it. Just don't talk about it, be about it. You know, if you're a big old manly man that is scared to eat pussy, apparently, and you kick everyone's ass that even looks at you slightly fucking crooked or whatever, however you want to say it. I don't know how they look at you. I'm not really sure. Probably in a homosexual way, I'd imagine, right? And you just beat the shit out of those guys all the time. There's no need to talk about it. You don't even have to say a fucking word about it. You just beat the shit out of everyone you see, right? But I gotta be honest with you, I'm starting to think this whole internet alpha male thing is a fantasy. I think it's all completely made up, and unfortunately, I think there's a deeper issue there. I think it's how would I say this? I think it's... Give me a minute. Like, my brain just fucking completely locked up on me. I think it's related to... not good feelings. The words are right fucking there, guys. The words are right there. But obviously, it's rooted in maybe some depression, some anxiety, maybe a feeling of like inferiority or something like that. And obviously the world is a really tough place, and I understand how a lot of people would feel like that, but I don't know that the best way to handle it is sitting around with your bros on the internet playing grab ass with each other. Threatening to fight people on the internet isn't a very good solution to whatever problem you're having. Go get a therapist, for fuck's sake, right? Start acting like a normal human person that people would want to spend time with, and then you might find that you're not so damn lonely all the time, right? But if you're being a raging fucking psychopath, the only thing you're worried about is what you're gonna drive your fist through next, maybe you're an asshole, and maybe that's why people don't fucking like you. How about that? And your circle of friends is a bunch of other douchebags that no one fucking likes either. Who gives a fuck? Stop being tough guys on the internet. It's not scary. Nobody's scared of keyboard warriors. Goodbye, my friends.